So far, we have repaired the rot on both sides of the trailer, front and back, and now it's time to tackle the end here. The end of the trailer is changing a little bit. This room on the end is going to be Evie's room. And that's going to be a special room for like hobbies and such, just cool little space. Originally, one of the things she liked about this room was that it had a back door so you could look out. But it also had this door right here on the front. So it has two doors going into one room. We already put a new door on there. You guys can see it looks nice. We have come to a decision that we no longer want this end door. Right?
Right.
Come on in here. So here's the situation. We don't really need two exterior doors.
No.
From one room.
We were gonna originally, I think, replace it with a door that had a bigger window.
Yeah.
But then we were thinking, well, I don't need two doors, so why not just take the door out and make it a window?
That's the goal today. We're gonna strip down the end of this building. We're gonna see what we're working with under there, see the condition of it, and hopefully frame up, install a new window. The door screwed shut. We'll leave it that way. It'll be easier to move.
Yeah. No reason I would flopping.
So this is an interesting discovery that this door wasn't original to the building. It looks like somebody just chopped out the studs and installed the door. There's no proper header. We'll see more of that in a moment. But right now, we're going to keep stripping down. We're going to take all the siding off so we can do this right.
sheet, right?
We probably won't see that, right?
We got the two.
Alright, so we made some good progress so far. This might be surprising to see that the end of this building has OSB on it, and that's on both ends to help it from doing that, just give it some shear strength. So it looks like it's in good shape, except for the bottom. The bottom is where all the water damage is on this building. You also might be surprised to see this in here. We didn't crush all of our desks. We did save one of them. This one looks special. Looked like something we could use. Maybe that'll be a future project that you guys will see. To be able to work easier, I'm going to have to clear all this stuff out of the way. I'm going to shift everything around so that we can work on this door opening. Actually, this trim doesn't really match the other trim either.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to make this complicated, but I'm going to pull some paneling off inside here because I want to see what's going on with the door framing. And there's a hole in the wall right here anyway. Do you guys see this? So not only did somebody add a door, this is why I'm opening the wall. Because, first of all, they left a bay fully uninsulated. I don't know why, if you're using this building. But then also, splice inside the wall. Because what happened originally was there was a wire, obviously, going this way through the wall. And they wanted a door there, so they cut it. And they spliced it together. Now, will this work? Yeah, it'll work fine. It's fine. It's not that dangerous. But it's never ideal to have a splice hidden inside your wall, because if a connection did get loose, it could be a fire hazard. And not only that, you won't know where to find it. You'll be looking, you'll be checking every outlet saying, why am I having trouble with this wiring? Because they hid a connection. So inside here, let's open it up. And since they have it like this, we know on the other side of the door they have the other end of the splice.
Look at all these nails that missed the stud.
Yep.
And look how close this one was to hitting the wire.
Wow. Yep.
Mud wasp down here. All these chunks. This is like light colored. We're used to dark mud here.
So there it is. Splice inside the wall. And not only that, I'll try to block some of this light so you guys can see it. Look at this. No header. They got a big hole right here and just hobbled it together. So these are just floating from the ceiling. It's just not there. Let me block this. You see, it's just not a good way to do framing. So we're going to fix it and do it right. I guess what I'm going to do is pull off the other piece of paneling on the other side of the door. I'm going to have to make more room here than I thought. Oops, I did not mean to break that paneling. There's a giant washer inside the wall. Well, the first thing I notice up here, look at this giant service loop. It's not really a service loop, it's just extra wire that I stuck up there for no reason. And let's see what they got going here. Here's the other side of this place. Now, just for fun, I'm going to unwrap this. I could just cut it. I probably will just cut it. But... They use the stickiest, biggest electrical tape I've ever seen. Who carries a 2-inch electrical tape? Well, I can't get the tape off. There's the splice. Nothing too special. Same thing as the other side. Let's just cut it. Now my gloves are sticky.
Wouldn't it be amazing?
This wire is really hard to pull through this hole. Makes me wonder what it's rubbing on.
Probably a nail.
Yep, they had a screw. They have a screw coming straight up into the hole with the wire.
Wow, and it was rubbing it?
Yep.
Nice.
And I don't even know where it's coming from. Probably from this header. They screwed up at an angle straight up into the wire. You know what? I'm just gonna cut this.
Yeah.
I'm not reusing it.
Oh, no. Obviously.
Let's get this out of here. Now we're going to remove their bad attempt at door framing. It's got some screws in it. Look at that. That's all that was holding that was 2 screws up there. Check out these sheathing nails. See this? All the way down. Boom, 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 boom. Didn't hit the stud.
And you know what's weird is the green line is here. And if they went on the green line, they probably would have hit the stud.
Yep.
So I don't know why they were doing it there.
They didn't even correct. They just left it loose. What are you doing?
I'm eating an orange from the orange tree back there.
Fresh from the tree?
Yep. This is my second one now. It's really good. Juicy, delicious.
Look at it, guys. It's orange season. Check it out. Ready? What do you think of that? Some big ones up here. We can come out here and just pick some fresh oranges. Winter oranges. This is when they're ripe. I don't know if you knew that. We're going to be doing this right. So we're going to be putting a proper header over this window, even though this isn't technically a load-bearing wall. So let's get the saw and chop these off. I marked them where I want them for the header height. and we'll get rolling. Okay, we got that far. Now, I think we're just about ready to start framing this in. So what we have to do right now is put a new bottom plate in this wall where the doorway was. And you can see there is some water damage here that I picked out. I don't want to pick it out too far because it just gets worse. Now this might not seem like me, but I'm going to be covering it up. I'm not going to be fixing it. Let me show you why. Well, that doesn't fit. Okay. When the wall is in, all that decay is covered. The rest of the floor is solid enough that we can leave it. We're not going to be replacing this plywood right here. I don't want to pull this back to the next joist just for that little bit of rot because this is going to span it fine. It's not going to affect any structural stability of this building. So if we had to fix that, it would turn into a huge mess and a much larger job than it needs to be. So we're just going to leave it under there. Well, I think we're ready to start framing up the new wood for the window. I'm going to be building a header, typical header, sandwiching some OSB between two 2x4s so that I can get my depth. This is a job for no gloves.
Yeah.
Perfect. There's the header. This is everything else. Let's get it framed up.
I'm gonna blow it off down here. Oh, here's a pen down here.
It's going good, but somehow I ended up, I could tell this is short. I ended up too short up here for my header to fit in. They're both exactly an 1/8 inch too long. So somewhere there was an 1/8 inch. I notched a little 1/8 inch off the end of my header, so let me see if that fits in there. This side looks, one side looks good. This side looks a little tight. That looks good. It fit. So now I just have to figure out the height of the window because I don't even know how tall the window is. Can you give me a tape measure? Oh, almost cut all the way. Let me see how they look. Well guys, it doesn't look like much right now, but we just framed our new window opening. So now we have to tackle this sheathing issue. This sheathing is in pretty rough shape and we have to patch this hole anyway. It's going to come over to here. So I think we're just going to rip this whole piece off and put a new panel on right here. So I'm going to dig through our stash and see what we have to work with. And I do have a couple of full sheets left over in here. That should work. I think this will work. This is a little thicker than what's on the building, but that aluminum siding will float right over it. You won't notice the difference in thicknesses. So we'll pull that out. That's actually left over from when we did our roof. When was that? A couple years ago? Wow. So we can finally make use of it.
Wood all over your face.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it.
Wow. That's what happens. Well, guys, we're going to be wrapping this up because it's getting dark. It's getting late. I know that doesn't stop us, but for now, it's getting chilly too. So we're just going to call it quits. We're going to go get something to eat. But we got the framing done. That was the tricky part of this job, I think. And it took the most mind power because I had to figure out where the window's going to go. Stuff like that is always hard for me.
Yeah.
Because it can go anywhere. Where does it go?
Yeah,
anywhere.
Anywhere.
And I have to make that decision. And I'll sit there going, should I go 35? Should I go 35 and a half? Maybe, you know what I mean? And I do these dumb things where I'll dwell forever on a half an inch because I want it to be right. But there's no wrong answer. It can be anywhere.
And you don't like stuff like that. Yeah. It's like...
And then I'll regret it. But I thought it through and I think I got it good so that the studs line up good and the panels will line up good. We have a couple of these sheets of OSB left from our roof job. So next time we're going to try to finish this up. I'm going to actually replace both of those sheets right there. And hopefully have enough time to just do everything. Get the siding back on, get the window installed, and we'll be done.
Seems like it's doable.
Yeah. Some people have been asking and speculating or suggesting about putting a big door in the end. They thought we were going to do a garage door. They think we're going to be like driving our cars into the building. I don't know. But that's not what this is for. We don't want this to be a garage, and we are not bringing large items in and out. That's not what this building's about. So
no.
We're totally fine with losing that door because we got thinking about it and we're like, an extra door is just
to go to the same room.
They're like 10 feet apart.
Yeah, and it would make putting stuff in there awkward and weird.
We'd have to build more steps. There's more places for water to get in.
And now when we just do a window over here, we don't need any kind of deck or stairs. We'll just have the deck on the one side with the two doors.
Yeah, and you'll have a nice view out back.
Yep.
A view of this.
It's like...
Not the best view.
Trailers everywhere.
We have our crushed trailer and we have our white trailer. This is the one we moved with.
Yep, from Michigan.
We use it for, as you guys saw, some storage and for the lawnmower. So that's what that is.
Yep.
Luckily, this one's not crushed. This one, I know you guys are waiting to find out what I do with it. You can see we're actually using it for storage still for things that aren't super sensitive.
But they can handle some water.
They can get damp, but they can't get like dumped on. So there is still a roof up there, and even though it leaks on the sides, it keeps stuff dry enough that it's okay to leave in there. So just a couple of things. And I'm getting plans. I listened to you guys in the comments and read like all the suggestions for what to do with this. And the one I'm not going to do is weld it. I'm not interested in learning welding. I can't explain that. I just don't care. And
welding is something neither of us have ever done.
We don't do it. We've never done it. I've tried it once, but I didn't know what I was doing. But I just don't feel like doing that. But I think I can salvage it. I like the idea of framing it back in with wood. And I'm considering doing that because we could still use this building if it's fixable.
Yeah. We can make something out of it.
So we won't throw it out after all. We're not going to strip it down just yet. We're just going to wait until we can get to that project. Hopefully sooner rather than later, but we'll see. And I don't know how soon we're going to do that just because of... There's a lot of different things we're trying to get done around here. We're working on this building. but we're also working on our house. The house is kind of a priority. We're working on, you guys saw the porch, and I want to keep working on the porch in the front area. But this is going to be like probably the next couple months of doing like the small odd jobs and trying not to spend a lot of money. We're trying to reach a goal, and we're trying to manage our debts, and we're trying to get back on track. And we've been pushing, you guys can look back, we've pushed so many videos out so fast that we just can't we're going to keep the videos coming, but the amount of money we spent on projects was...
So now we have to kind of like slow down again.
We have to slow down,
recoup,
and get back on track. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna keep the videos coming, but we're gonna be working on the small things. So we won't be getting back to the mobile home yet, I don't think.
And the remaining jobs on that are expensive.
So we're just waiting for that to all balance out, and we'll get back to that. There's not much left to do on there. They're just big jobs.
Yeah.
Walls, flooring, cabinets. Get what I'm saying? So it's just quick. Trim is killer. Trim is expensive. Hang in there with us as we work through all of this around here. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.
Bye.